In this video, we're going to discuss the futures markets. It is Tuesday, June 25th, 2024, guys. It is our trades back here with another video. Thank y'all guys for stopping by the channel. We're going to head over here to Financial Juice and read our latest news headlines, get in on the market action. Before we do that, guys, just want to mention, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and use the affiliate links in the description box below, guys. You can sign up for Apex Trader Funding, earn to trade, MyFundedFutures, and a number of other companies by using the affiliate links in the description box below. When you use those affiliate links, it's a big deal, guys. It really helps me out, so please make sure to use those affiliate links. Okay, guys, with that being said, let's get right into the meat of the video. We are here on Financial Juice. It is currently 9:15 Central Daylight Time. That is 10:15. We are in the Asian session. Coming here on Financial Juice, guys, red headline, that is breaking. Australian CPI year over year, NSA actual 4%, forecast 3.8%, previous 3.6%. Top headlines need to know market risk at 8:30 Eastern Standard. Canadian CPI year over year, actual 2.9%, forecast 2.6%, previous 2.7%. The Canadian dollar strengthened on this news. 7:44 Eastern Standard, Fed's Bowman, I don't see any rate cuts for 2024, shifted cuts to 2025. Okay, guys, let's see if there are any other items that we should notice. Fed's Bowman says rate cut is not appropriate yet given inflation risk. The Federal Reserve should not be considering cutting interest rates given the continued risk of inflation. That's from the Fed's Bowman. Oil prices fall as rally takes a pause while traders watch Israel-Lebanon tensions, summer demand. West Texas Intermediate and Brent are ahead by about 5% for the month. Oil loadings from Russia's western ports in July are set to decline 23% month over month as refineries are expected to rise. Spain passes €3 billion tax relief package to cope with inflation. Okay, guys, those are our major market headlines here from Financial Juice. Let's get over to Tradingview. Okay, guys, we are on Tradingview now here on the market news. Let's start with the Forex headlines tonight. Steady dollar sends yen to the brink of 160. That's 4 minutes ago from Reuters. June 25th, 2024, 21:13 Central Daylight Time. Quote, the dollar was firm on Wednesday and trading on the precipice of the 160 yen barrier as investors turned cautious and counted down to the release of U.S. price data at the end of the week. A jump in Australian inflation to a 6-month high sent the Aussie dollar up 0.3% to 0.667 in otherwise subdued markets as traders started to price a 30% risk of a Reserve Bank of Canada rate hike as soon as August. The RBA's next board meeting on August 6th is now live, said Tony Sycamore at brokerage IG Markets. A similar surprise in Canadian inflation had sent the Canadian dollar briefly spiking to a 3-week high. Elsewhere, the euro was steady at 1.0714 in Asia and at 159.78 per dollar. The yen's level has markets on alert for intervention since that is only a whisker shy of where Japanese authorities likely stepped in to buy the yen in April. Markets are banking that Friday's U.S. data shows annual growth in the Federal Reserve's favored core personal consumption expenditure index slowed to 2.6% in May, the lowest in more than 3 years, and opening the way to rate cuts. Policymakers, however, continue to signal that they are in no rush, with Fed Governors Lisa Cook and particularly Michelle Bowman stressing that decisions will depend on data. Quote, inflation in the United States remains elevated, and I still see a number of upside inflation risks that may affect my outlook, Bowman said. The Australian dollar dipped 0.1% to 0.664, and the New Zealand dollar similarly dipped, with small moves reflecting thin trade. Citi said this week that its e-traders found interbank FX volume some 40% lower than 30-day averages. Sterling, that's pound US dollar, was steady at 1.268, while Bitcoin has recovered somewhat from a dip below 60,000 this week to trade at $61,668. Along with the yen, China's yuan is also getting squeezed by the dollar's stubborn strength. China has seemed to signal some tolerance for a cheaper currency by gradually weakening the midpoint of the yuan's daily trading range on the dollar. Okay, guys. If, quote, if USD JPY does break through 160 in the coming days, preventing further yuan weakness would be very difficult indeed. Okay, guys, let's see if there are any other items. Reuters headline, USD JPY holding below 160. 159 area options are supportive. Dollar gains, this is from 4 hours ago. Dollar gains 0.04% to 159.69 yen. Okay, guys, let's head over to our index futures. Index headlines. South Korean shares extend gains. Australia inflation hits 6-month high in May. Odds narrowed on August rate hike. That's from Reuters. Australia's monthly inflation indicator surprises to the upside in May. And this is from Dow Jones Newswires. Australia's monthly inflation indicator came in well above expectations in May, adding to a lengthening list of indicators suggesting that price pressures remain stubbornly high, while fueling talk of a further rise in interest rates as early as August. The monthly consumer price index indicator rose 4% in the 12 months to May, up from 3.6% in April, according to data released by the Australian Bureau of Statistics on Wednesday. Economists had expected the CPI indicator to lift to 3.8%. The data supports recent comments from senior officials at the Reserve Bank of Australia that it should remain vigilant to upside surprises on inflation and that all policy options remain open to it. A further rise in interest rates would put the RBA at odds with a growing number of its peers where interest rates have already been cut or policymakers are pointing at the possibility. The most significant contributors to the annual rise in inflation in May were rising costs for housing, food and non-alcoholic beverages, and transport. Underlying inflation rose 4% on year in May, down from 4.1% in April, the data showed. Housing rose 5.2% in the 12 months to May, up from 4.9% in April. Rents increased 7.4% for the year, reflecting a tight rental market across the country. According to the data, electricity prices rose 6.5% in the 12 months to May, up from 4.2% in April. Okay, guys, 1 hour ago, oil edges lower after industry group reports jump in U.S. stockpiles. Okay, with that being said, guys, let's go over to all our headlines and see if there are any other interesting items before we head over to the charts. 2 minutes ago from Dow Jones Newswires, Australia's inflation has left trajectory towards target band. That's from Market Talk. Australian dollar climbs after Australia's monthly inflation indicator surprises to the upside. We can see here's our Australian dollar futures. Australian dollar futures spiking on that economic data release, as we can see here on the chart. Okay, guys, that looks like it's our main headlines. With that being said, let's head over to the charts and get talking. Okay, guys, here in the overnight session, natural gas is our greatest gainer. Natural gas trading at 2.86. That's up 3.77%. Biggest loser thus far is copper. Copper futures down to 4.36, and that is down 0.38%. 2 hours ago, latest headline reads, copper falls. Okay, let's head to some of our other items and have a look at the charts, guys. So let's head over to the ES. ES is currently up 3.75%, and overnight trading, that's up 0.07%. ES trading above the 20-period simple moving average. From an hourly perspective, the ES is reaching an ICT sell-side fair value gap, which I'm highlighting here with this 50% point, reaching the consequent encroachment of that sell-side inefficiency, sell-side SIBI, sell-side imbalance, buy-side inefficiency, sell-side imbalance, buy-side inefficiency. That is what this is right here, guys. So the fair value gap here is a sell-side imbalance, buy-side inefficiency from an ICT perspective. And as you can see, the market has been climbing to that ICT inefficiency on the ES. Okay, guys, let's have a look at some of our other markets here. Let's have a look at some of our metals. Gold currently trading flat on the session. Latest headline reads, gold flat as dollar yields firm. Investors seek more U.S. data. Gold did reach an overnight low here of 2,323.8, currently trading at 2,331.8. And that is up in the past hour quite a bit. Still trading below that 20-period simple moving average from an hourly perspective. Latest headline reads that we are flat, and that is pretty much true, guys. We are located right now in a trading range, so from a technical perspective, pretty easy to see our trading range here. So gold has not been trending strongly, trading in the trading range from about 2,350 down to 2,322. Okay, so with that being said, guys, gold currently working in a trading range. Let's have a look at the Bitcoin chart, guys. Bitcoin is currently trading at 62,240. That's up $185, up 0.3%, trading above that 20-period simple moving average and reaching that upper Bollinger Band. From an ICT perspective, looks like we're currently trading in an old sell-side imbalance, buy-side inefficiency, just working its way higher up into a rejection block at 62,695 on an hourly perspective. Also, guys, I'm going to call this an order block here. These three candles in a row where the market pivoted higher. The midpoint of that order block, or the mean threshold, is at 62,500, and we can see that the market has been reacting in and around that level. Okay, let's head over to some of our other metals. Let's take a look at silver. Latest print on silver is 28.91. That's up 0.15% or 0.04 cents, guys. In the overnight session, we reached a low of 28.7 evens, currently coming off and pairing those losses. Silver trading below the 20-period simple moving average. From an ICT perspective, we recently ran on sell-side liquidity located below this low here I'm highlighting with the cursor. So below 28.72, we had sell-side liquidity. The market reacting off of that in a positive way and coming back and retracing some of the losses. We do have a sell-side imbalance, buy-side inefficiency on hourly silver. The midpoint of that, or consequent encroachment, is at 29.1 from an ICT perspective, guys. Okay, finally, let's look at Euro futures. Euro futures last print at 1.07575. That is basically flat on the session. We can see that we reached an overnight high of 1.076 evens and an overnight low here of 1.0748. So in a very tight range on the euro. From an ICT perspective, trading below the the mean threshold of this SIBI, sell-side imbalance, buy-side inefficiency, just working into that, but not able to reach that consequent encroachment just yet. The market recently came down and ran on some sell-side liquidity here, or at least onto that rejection block, and filled in some of these buy-side imbalance, sell-side inefficiencies on the way. That's from an ICT perspective, guys. Okay, any other interesting items here that are worth mentioning? Yeah, Nikkei, guys. Nikkei up quite a bit. Nikkei currently trading at 39,745. That's up over 1%, 405 points. Trading well above the hourly second standard deviation Bollinger Band. We can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight hours up on the Nikkei, so just roaring higher. Latest market headline on the Nikkei reads, Japanese shares gain on tech boost. From an ICT perspective, difficult to say on an hourly chart. Let's have a look at the 2-hourly chart. All right, no price action to the left. We did run on this buy side liquidity at 39,590. The market did not turtle soup on that, continued to trade higher. We do have now a large buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency currently located below price. So from an ICT perspective, we would expect price to come back and roll in, fill in at least part of that buy-side imbalance, sell-side inefficiency. All right, any other items we want to have a look at, guys? Yeah, yen. Let's have a look at the yen. The yen is currently trading basically flat on the session. It's down 0.09%, currently trading at 0.006337. That is barely down, guys, barely down, less than 0.1%. So the yen, from an ICT perspective, barely dipped down below, turtle souped really off of this sell side liquidity, as we can see here. Looks like the market might be turtle souping off of that. We do have a large long wick inefficiency on the yen located above price. If I would have to take a guess, guys, I would say that, you know, I would expect there to be a pop in the yen here at some point. So I don't know exactly when that's going to happen, but that has been an idea of mine for some time. Okay, guys, with that being said, I want to appreciate y'all for stopping by. This has been an overview of early Asian trading here. It is Tuesday, June 25th, 2024. If you like this content, if you want to support the channel, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and make sure to sign up for Apex Trader Funding using the affiliate link in the description box below. See you in the next one.